Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. I am looking for you. It's Esther here. Yes, I think I found you. Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's a happy Monday today. So I hope your day is fine too. Your day was fine if you're closer to me, because over here it's 8 p.m. already, and I know a lot of people from the US and maybe other parts of the world are looking. So I hope you're all having a great day. So it's so good to see you all. I'm going to change my camera, and hopefully you can see my desktop, and I am still looking for your comments. I don't see them. Let me see. Yes, here we are. Hi, welcome everyone. Oh, there are a lot of you already here. Hi, welcome, welcome. It's you are with too many. I can't mention all your names. Sorry for that, but I do see all of you. So welcome everyone, and I am happy to be here and to show you my new collection. And well, I'm really enthusiastic about it, and I hope you will be too. So I think yes, it's time. So I'm going to start immediately, and well, let me start with the stamps first. Um, this is a smaller collection than usual because there's so many new products coming out every time. So we wanted to keep it a little bit smaller for you. But we do have now 5 die sets, 2 stamp sets, and a new reminiscence book. So this is book number 6. So I will start with the dice. I think that's the most convenient one to start with. And then I will walk you through them. And then after that, I'm going to show you some samples of the design team. I have some great samples here to show you. There's a little one over here, a small one. It's a very cute matchbox. Uh, you may guess who made this. Well, it's Marie Claire, of course, and she made it with the new stamps and the matchbox itself. Um, she made it on her own. She just draws something and then is doing a lot of measuring. But this is not a die. This is something she handmade herself. But in here you can see some of the dies which she used. So it's a really cute one, and uh, I put it on top so I didn't forget to show it to you. So it's really nice. Okay, I'm going to put it aside so it's safe over here and I'm not going to ruin it. So what you see here is the Sidekick collection, of course. It's all for the Sidekick, as you can see. And these two are general sets, so you can use them both for the Sidekick and for the full-size planner. So, and then we have 3 Sidekick pages, Sidekick sets. But of course, you can use those on in your larger journal too. Okay, welcome everybody. Also for the people who joined in later, happy to see you here. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to start with this one. It's a full-size page and it has those little scissors on the side. There are also 2 smaller scissors in there, so you can cut those extra to glue them on top of the scissors which are connected to the page. There are 2 versions, so you can also use them on the back side of your page when you want to. This is a little frame which you can put into this is a yarn card. I am going to show you one here. This is what you can make with it. For example, I like to work with pictures, so that's why I put a picture in here. So this is the yarn card itself. And when you are taking out this part, you can put it here when you are using the die, of course. So like this. And then you run them through your die cutting machine at once. There's a little bit different, so you can use it this way or that way. And it depends on how much or how large your picture is. Is it a portrait mode or maybe landscape mode? It varies a little bit, not that much, but you can use it any way you want. And then there's a needle, of course, and a little, how do you call this? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Een klosje. Een klosje in Dutch. Oh, sorry, I don't see your the yarn cards. Oh, Debbie, that's lovely. I'm your hero. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you too. Yes, I love yarn cards too. I'm going to show you later on a little bit more with those. So this is one of the sets. Then there's a pretty cool set for guys, men, but nowadays you can't say that anymore, so it's gender neutral. But it has tools. You can use a toolbox with the tools like a hammer, a screwdriver, things like that. But of course, you can also use it with een klosje and the needles and your bobbins and things like that. So it's a really versatile page. There's a really cool hook over here. I'm going to show you a sample with those later. Some chain, a piece of chain, and the page itself has those really tiny holes um, all along the side. So that's on this one. Hi Cindy, good to see you too. What is it? Let's back in Canada. Oh. Hi Janine, good to see you too. Thank you for watching. So this is die set number 2, and this one actually we do have the same one for the full size planner, but there have been a lot of requests for the same page in the sidekick. So this is the one with the 3 pockets. It comes with some dice, yeah, dice, like throwing the dice, a little card with a tab on the top, some really cool or cute tags, a little paper clip, and this one is a pretty cool element too. I think I love it, and I'm going to show them to you first. It's a tiny folding thingy. It's like this, and it's a long piece over here, and you can fold it, and then you can write a secret message in it or something. There's a little stamp in the stamp set which goes on top if you want, and I am going to show you a sample later on from Marjolein, and she added one of those tiny klosjes. I'm not sure if I've got one over here. Yes, a tiny thing like this, and she put it in here with some twine around it or yarn. And then she put it in this little folder. I think it's a little tiny folder, or yeah, I think it's cute. So I'm going to, and here's another one, but actually it's the same die. So that's a little sample to show you. Then one of my new favorites. This is what you call, it's not mending tape, drywall paper, drywall tape in the US, or maybe in England too. Um, En in Dutch it's omwandelde stukken, zeg maar. And I made a die of those two. So that will give you something like this. And I cut this one from vintage book page. And this is just plain cardstock. And then you can distress it or any way you want. And you can tear it down if you want. So it's really a cool one to use as a decorative element. Then there are the dress dolls, dress forms, dress dolls. Um, they are something like this. There are two different ones. The solid one over here, and the other one is a little bit smaller, and it is a little bit open at the bottom side. Hope you can see it. So these are really fun to use too. And then you see the little shape over here, and that's one of the new girl stamps. And that's coming with this one. I hope you can see it, but otherwise I will show you where she is. It's like this. So you can stamp and then die cut, or die cut first and then stamp. That's all up to you. But it's the little die over here which comes with the stamp from this set. So then you have a really cute little girl who is also crafting. So she has got a pair of scissors and a piece of paper in her hand. So I think you will love her too. So that's the one. And then a very neutral set again, which you can use for all kind of things. It's the I call them tabs with numbers. of number reinforcers. That's also what you can call them, because you can use them in two different ways. As you can see here, they are numbered 0 up to 12, so you can use them for your months, for example. You can use them for birthdays or the days of the week or whatever you want on their own. But you see the little elements over here. If you take those out and you take one of those and you run them through your die cutting machine at the same time, and you see there are two different ones, so you can use them for the left side on your page or the right side on your page. Um, if you run those through your die cutting machine at the same time, then it will give you the three holes which are matching with our planners. So yeah, and I think I've got one here. So here you can see uh, this is one of the older dies from a previous series. And here you can see I added number 11 and then added the reinforcers on top of those. But they're really cool to use in very, yeah, many different ways. So for the dice, that were the die sets. And then the stamps. And of course, I am going to look back for the matching die set. The yarn cards has a matching stamp. That's the one over here. Then there is this little square element which Marie Claire used on the matchbox. And you can use that on this part. Uh, then, and which I really think it's a really cool one. I took this from a book with patterns, like back in the days. I mean, I think they're still being used now, but not so much anymore. And this is a really cool background stamp. So what you can do, for example, is take a tag or a card or whatever and stamp this one on top of it. So it's a really cool stamp to use for a background. So here you can see I stamped them on different dies, different tags, cards, and that's a really fun one to use for your backgrounds. Then this one is washi tape with a vintage looking design, some washing elements, a little envelope, some washi tape over here, and this is the little stamp which goes on the little folding, what did I call it? Folding thingy. Okay, so that's this stamp set, and then the other stamp set, and I think these two will look familiar to you because I've done cards like this before. Uh, but because they're so fun to use, I made two new ones. So this one is for crafters with the crafters nutrition facts. So I'm not sure if you're able to read it, but it says creativity 100% daily value, enthusiasm. So it's a difficult word to pronounce. 100% mistakes 0%, too many supplies 1000%. I think we all can relate to that. Imagination, inspiration, plenty of time, and too many ideas. I think I put that on 500%. So uh, I think that's a really fun one to use. Some sentiments over here, and this is an empty card for you to do some journaling. One with, how do you call that in English? I think we call it barcode, but I'm not sure if that's the same name in English. Sorry, a stamp saying craftaholic, and I like crafting and maybe three people. So a little bit fun to use. A little bit fun. No, they are very much fun to use, but they are funny ones. Okay, that's a better way to say it. I'm going to put this aside. And then book number 6 already. Let me see. I'm going to put this aside over here. And I'm really happy with this one. And I hope you will be too. A spool of thread. Yeah. Oh, there's so many comments, guys. I'm sorry. I can't keep up. There's too much. I'm not sure about creating craft, but I think they will. Maybe Els can answer that for you if she's here. I know Els is traveling, and I'm not sure if she's able to watch. Table 1, are you all here? Table 1, yeah. The ladies from Table 1, I'm going to explain it a little bit to you. They were at our Dutch retreat last year, and they had a little reunion of the retreat of last year, and that was last week. And then they all sent me a video message. They were all on it together, asking me about the new release and telling me they couldn't wait. So, Table One, I'm happy you are here, and I hope you like it. Hi, everyone. Okay, the new paper book. I am going to browse it through and I'm going to show you what's in it. So again, thank you all. Thank you, Lisa. Table one, Angelique is also there. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Um, Book six, yes, it's a little bit different than the other ones. It's more neutral. So I know we already have quite some colored ones, and I wanted to keep this a little bit basic. But I wanted to use vintage ephemera, of course. So this is one is more with the neutral, so you combine it with all the previous books. So I'm going to show you what's in it and what I already did cut out of. So I'm going to start with some new tags or vintage looking tags, and I am going to show you what they look like when you cut them. And what I did and what I always do, I mean, this is book six, so I can say it's always when a new book comes in, I immediately start cutting because I want all those elements, um, yeah, out of my book, and so they are easy for me to grab, and I can use them when I want, and they're ready for me to use. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah, table one. Yeah, table one is really funny, Marie Claire. You remember them too. Okay, so there are some tags in here. And what I did, because I also had to make some samples, of course, I cut out the tags from the thicker paper because they're also in the back, as you all know. And then the thinner paper, I did glue on a piece of cardstock. So they're a little bit more sturdy. And you can see that at the back. These are the original thicker ones cut from the paper book. And this one, as you can see, I glued them on some cardstock, or actually I think this is an old a manila file folder where I glued it on. So what I did is I put a full sheet of double-sided adhesive, and Elizabeth Craft Designs has those in the collection too. A full sheet of double-sided adhesive on the back, and then glued it on top of a file folder. So then they are sturdy, sorry, and easier for you to use as a tag. So these are the ones from page one. Oh, Focolina, you need to use yours. Okay, page one. These are really, yeah, plain, as I can say it like this. Yeah, it's called plain for you to use as a background or whatever. And over here, I made a silhouette of a woman, and then I distressed her a little bit using some stamps and other decorative elements on the background. But this is really cool on the side of a page, and the rest is all there for use um, like a neutral. Some vintage handwriting. These are all head letters from old invoices from France and from Belgium. And I think you can see some dates over here. This one is from 1953, 1946, no, 64, sorry. So these are really old ones, and I added them for you. This is also vintage pattern paper. Here are some ledger paper with a little bit splashing and decorative um, chicken wire. Is that how you call it? Yes, I forgot one. More ledger paper, so really, yeah, neutrals, good for you to use. More neutrals like so, some more. And here, these are really fun um, small cards, ephemera, how you want to call it. And I made it with the 52 weeks. So you can add them if you are working in your journal for every week, weekly, you can use those for a week, every week. You can add one, or you can use them in some other way, whatever you want to. And you don't need to use them for 52 weeks, of course, but um, I thought it was a fun idea to make those. Some little alphabets on the side. Here there are two more ladies, which I made in a silhouette, and I added some vintage ephemera to look at their as their clothing. So more ephemera, sorry, ledger paper, more tags. I will show those to you too. You can see them here, but I think it always looks a little bit different when they are cut. So I think they are pretty cool. And again, the same here. The thinner paper I glued on cardstock, and the thicker paper they are on their own. So I think a tag needs to be a little bit more sturdy. So it's a good idea to glue them on a piece of cardstock to make them a little bit more sturdy. I'm going to put those back in. Some neutrals, handwriting. This is, of course, a collage page. I couldn't live without another collage page in one of the books. More neutrals, so really versatile to use. These is the same one as this one, but in a different color, a little more brighter. It pops up a little bit more. Pattern paper again. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Dankjewel, Monique. A little bit blue. This is really cool too, from some vintage, like how do you had those machines before, a calculator, but then you have to put in all the buttons with your hands and then a roll, and then all the numbers came up. That's a part of that one. Here's one of the ladies again, handwriting, and here are some cute circles and some sentiments at the top. And of course, I did cut those too. And I cheated a bit because you, of course, can use a die to die cut them. But for this, I used a hole punch, a big punch um, to cut them, because that's working much faster than running them through your die cutting machine one by one. I also added some of the previous stamps. The little boy is over here and two of the girls are over there. So these are really fun to use as decorative elements if you want. Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, the books are available and everything is available in Holland, in Europe, starting today or tomorrow. Els knows better than me. And the books are almost arriving in the US. So hopefully by the end of this week, is that correct, Els? Yes, I think that's correct. They will also be in the US warehouse. So you don't have to wait that long this time. So let's keep our fingers crossed they will be here, or they will be with you in the US by the end of the week. So hopefully, yeah, they promise what they told us and they will be in time. Okay, some more neutrals. Now, these are really fun too. I am going to show them. Yes, I did pre-cut everything. Some sentiments, of course, which you can use for all kind of things. The notice one and these ones, I had really fun creating them for you, because I used all kinds of elements. There's a background of ledger paper, there's a torn piece of paper over here, a vintage label, some sentiments over here too. I'm going to keep them a little bit closer to the camera, so I hope you can see it this way. Yeah, I think you can see it now, hopefully. This one I also really like, with the numbers on the side. There's a little strip here with black and white. So also a little bit closer to the camera. Oh, else you took your own two books with you. Ah, Michelle, you are going to pick them up yourself. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Also some, yeah, I like to use those cards for journaling. So, and they also go in the pocket pages, the plastic pocket pages we carry. So they are cool to use in those pockets too. So here you can see all of them, and I think I cut most of them twice. And this one goes in portrait, no, landscape mode if you want, but of course you can use it this way too. So these are really cool for journaling or decorating them, whatever way, any way you like. So You see, there's a lot of cutting for you to do, and that's what I really like. I mean, you know, the book is maybe a little bit more expensive than buying regular cardstock, but it gives you a lot of ephemera too. So if you calculate all that, then it's a really good one. Some more beautiful cards, and I like that you can cut it yourself. So uh, more room or space for journaling. Some vintage numbers over here. All those cards can be used in your journals or maybe as a background on a card if you are a card maker. Oh, this one is in the wrong. These are in the wrong bag. They are going with that one. Okay. So, but here you can see all the cards which you can cut too. So these the same. These I didn't glue on a sturdier paper or on cardstock because I'm going to glue them on top um, of a piece of paper or maybe on a page. So they don't need to be that sturdy um, as I want them to be with text. But that's all up to you, of course. Thank you, Missy Fields. Yes, the printing quality, but that's because it's from Europe, of course. Lol. No, just kidding. But the printing quality is perfect. Yeah. Okay, more neutrals. I think I'm almost there. No, there will be a few more really nice ones. This is from an old engineer's logbook. And this one, that's a really cool one too. Okay, you can cut out all those tiny numbers and little decorative elements. Oh, my laptop is falling down. I'm sorry. And you can use them for many, many things. I'm going to show you a couple of them. And again, thicker paper glued on file folder. And I think it's really fun to do this, you know, cut them and then do some distressing while you're watching TV or watching a video or you see, and they are really fun to use uh, in your artwork. So they're pretty much on it. I don't know how many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15. So there are 60 of those little elements for you. And hi, Annette, good to see you too. Hey, Honora, how are you doing? Oh, Cindy, how many books I have? I have three, and two I've almost finished already. So this is book three, and this is a new one. I think it's missing one page because I also needed this one. And that's, oh no, there's one more here with a lot of sentiments and also these really cute tiny texts. And I didn't cut them all yet, but I do have the text. And yeah, I think you can see them as they are on the page, but I'm trying to keep them a little bit closer to the camera one by one so you can see what's on them. Maybe you can see it a little bit better. This one is really nice too. I like those ladies with the fashion from the 50s and 60s. Oh, that's the same one. Here's another one. Well, and they are really cool to use. There are 12 texts and a lot of words, a lot of sentiments. So that's all the paper cutting you can do from the book. And now it's time for me to show you the samples from our design team. I shouldn't forget that. Where are they? Here they are. Here they are. Okay. Oh, this is one of my pages. This is the one which is also on the packaging. And as you can see, this is the same one, the same page as we did on the full-size planner, the one with the 3 slots. And oh, I glued this down because I wanted to send it to Els. But there are 3 slots in here where you can slide things and cards and things in it. So, and these are all elements from the new die sets and from the new book. This is cute, isn't it? A tag and a smaller one. And I glued them together. And this is one of the stamps. Okay, this is also something I made. Here you can see the toolbox. I'm going to put it a little bit closer to the camera. Maybe that's easier for you to see. As you can see here, I added more feminine, if I may say so, accessories like a pair of scissors and a spool. I think I saw that passing by. And here is the guy toolbox with the hook. And for this, I used some of Tim Holtz gold silver paper, which you can distress and sand and then ink it. So I'm going to keep it a little bit closer so you can see the effect. I hope you can see what I see. Okay. And then there are some text, of course. This one is made by Marga. Marga, yes. Also the toolbox. Here you can see she used now I don't this stuff for the background. Also with the toolbox, and here she put some twine around the yarn card. Here is the little one, a pair of scissors, and this one is from, if I'm correct, Anne. It's the same page, and she also added some cards. I'm going to put it down. That's a little bit easier. Uh, and oh, this is also a great idea. She cut one of the bingo cards from the book and made it. That's really fun. I didn't think of that. Good idea, Anna. Dry wallpaper. Yes, thank you, Sylvia. And this is also fun. I'm not sure if you're able to see it. I didn't see it. You see here, there's the pair of scissors, and then she put one of those little screws from Tim Holtz. She put it in here. That's really fun. Great idea, Anne. I'm not sure if you are here. Okay, more yarn cards. And here's the little girl. This is also made by Anne. Really fun. And here you can see the, yeah, I don't know the name anymore. But okay, you know, my brain is not perfectly okay anymore. Now we are heading over to Marie Claire, of course. Hey, Sir Stempelot, you're also here. Nice to see you. Hi. I thought I saw you. I'm not sure. Yeah, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Marie Claire, of course, her famous black and white designs. And when I receive her designs, I'm also watching, oh my, how did she do that? And also thinking, why didn't I think of that? But I'm amazed every time how she keeps making those pretty things with only black and white papers, stamps, and accessories. So it's really fun to see how she did it. I hope you can see it too. Going to keep it a little bit. Oh, here's a little message from her to me. Thank you, Marie Claire. And the way she uses the stamps is just amazing. So here you go. And you can see how she did it over here with the stamping, all the little envelopes. And it's completely, she filled the page with only stamps. And then you have a great background paper. The little tags over here, the crafter's nutrition facts. So this is really, well, her style. And then the same pages, but also by Mary Claire in black and white. The toolbox, the large hook, the numbers. Oh, here you can see, I'm not sure if you're able to see it, the border of the new page, you know, all the little holes on top of each other as a border. And this is very special for her because she used a little bit of gray on the background. Here, the mannequins, uh, as on the background of the stamping from the pattern paper. Oh, this is really fun too. It says, sorry, I'm busy over here. And here you can see the effect it has with the scissors. I forgot to show you on the previous pages because you can glue them down on this side of the page and she forgot to do them on the back side. How fun is that? I thought they were here. I'm going to show you. Um, no, they're not here too. Ah, bummer. But okay, there are two different scissors in the package and you can use them on both sides. Ah, Marjolein did it. Okay, here they are. You see? Normally you can use them only on one side, but now I added two pairs of scissors so you can use them on the front page and on the back side too. And I'm not sure if you're able, yeah, you can see it. Marjolein used a dome and she put a vintage ephemera. No, it's not ephemera, sorry. Vintage sewing materials from her grandmother and her mother, I believe. So there are some needles, some push buttons, some normally buttons, a clothes pin in here. I'm going to show it a little bit closer to the camera, and I hope you can see how much fun it is. You don't want to put in 4 of those in your planner, then your planner will be completely full, but it's really fun how she did it. And also on the back side you can see what's in it. Isn't that cool? Thank you. Yeah, all those words in different languages. And here you can see the little elements, the folders, what she did with those. There are those little bobbins, a little bobbin in here with some twine or wire around it. And there's a real needle actually, and some buttons in the other one. So that is really cute. I'm going to close this one and another one. So, and over here she also used the page with the pockets. Oh, she put in pictures there on the back. Ah, she did hide some pictures. You see? She put pictures on the back. That's really fun too. Okay, I think I need to hurry up because I also want to do a little demo for you so you can see how to use them. This is also from Marjolein, yes. And this one too, she cut out the complete, yeah, and now I don't remember the name again. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. The complete yarn card. And then there's a big opening in the page, but it's really fun to see how she did it. Going to put it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it too. The little bobbins with twine on it and a toolbox. Oh, and what she did with the scissors, I'm not sure if you're able to see it. Um, she did put on the handle, no, I don't think that's the correct word, but she put embossing powder on here. So it really looks like a small pair of scissors, well, a real one. So I thought that's a pretty cool idea too. And those were the smaller samples. I also have some larger ones, a few, just to show you how they look um, on a full-size planner page. This is done by Marga, and she made a little skirt from some fabric, and that's really nice too. A great idea. This is one I did myself, you know, vintage, and I want to be able to write down the things what happened in a week. So that's what I love to use those for. And this one is one with a picture of me and my husband while we are doing some well, renovation, not really, at my grandparents-in-law at their home. So we were doing some do-it-yourself stuff, you know. That's a really nice one too. So I think these were the samples. So I'm hoping I gave you some inspiration with those, just some ideas on how you can use them, but I'm sure you will figure out many, many more things to do with it. Then let me see, did I forget something? The numbers. Oh, there's also a tag over here I did with one of the tags from the book, the yarn card, the little girl on her desk, and some sentiments. Okay, now I'm going to put these all aside and I am going to make you something. I have a few things laying around here and I will start with this. Okay, I'm going to put these because, you know, the sidekick, it also has the pocket pages. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do something with the pocket pages, the new release, and see what we can do with those. So I'm going to take this out and going to show it to you, because for the pocket pages we have those special die sets, the pocket page fillers, and they will give you the exact size to go in the pocket pages, and then you can use them for layering. And all those dies have a really nice decorative border, you know, like a dashed line, dashed lines, and I think there's another name for this line, but I can't remember the name. But they are really fun to use in a combination of all the other journaling pages. There are two sets with sidekick fillers, and I'm going to show you a few elements of those. So for this pocket page, I used the full size. No, it's not a full size, but it's full size for the sidekick. This one goes in here, and I'm going to put it a little bit closer because you can see the dashed line which is on the edge of this card. I'm hoping you are able to see it. Maybe a little bit closer because it's hard to see on camera, but yeah, I think you can see it a little bit. Okay, so what I did, I cut one of those, and then I also cut from one of the previous sets this piece, which you can use with one of the stamps we did earlier. So I'm going to put this one on top of that, and I think I will glue it down. And what I'm going to document in these pages are some old photos I found on the internet last week from my ancestors. So I'm going to glue this down first. So please hold a moment. Oh, I just refilled my glue bottle, but it's a little bit too much now. I refilled it and I soaked the tip in hot water this afternoon. So it's a little bit too much. Okay, let me see if I can get this one in here without gluing everything together. And my fingers, oh, this is not working, guys. There's too much glue. Okay, how I'm going to manage this while you are all watching? Okay, this is going to be here. I need to get it off. Usually my glue is so hard to get out of the bottle, and now I didn't think of the refill I did earlier. So this is not really going the way I want. Okay, I'm going to take it off for a moment, and then I'm going to glue that back later on. I'm going to put it aside for a few minutes, and I'm going to pick this one, and you see the glue is everywhere now. Okay, then I'm going to start with the other pieces first, and I'm going to let uh, this part dry because I wanted to use it because I already wrote some things which happened in 1920, 1950, and 1954. 54, yeah, 54. Okay, uh, put this aside. Plan B is this part. On this picture, I found out that there are my ancestors in 1920 opening up their first shop. My dad and his dad used to have a furniture shop in the place where I was born, and these were their parents and their parents. So this is in 1920. So I want to document that. Okay, now be careful with the clue. And I'm going, most of the time, I'm going to keeping it really simple, putting the pictures in the pocket pages because most of the time my other pages are much more decorative, and that way you can keep it a little bit, yeah, rustic, more elements. How do you say it? Well, make it not so busy. Okay. Of course, I need to do a little bit ink on the edges. Uh, yeah, a glue blob in accident. Yes, that's correct. Okay, now this picture is too large to put it uh, in landscape mode, so I keep it in landscape mode, but I'm going to put it on its side in my journal. I don't mind about that, but you see, with those pocket pages and the dies, it's really fun to use pictures like this, and it's a really quick way of working. Now, for this one, the same, I did cut a piece with the Sidekick filler die sets, and this I made in an app on my phone. I am still planning on doing some short videos about how I use apps and how I print pictures on the correct size. So this is done with an app called Oh, yeah. Oh, I can check it for you. Hold on. What's the name of the app? Ploop, ploop, ploop. Ronna. It's this one over here. I'm not sure if you're able to see it. It's a red one and it says RD Ronna. So that's a really nice app to use if you want to type in some text, for example, if you don't like your own handwriting. So the glue is running smoothly today. So, well, here I made some notes that it was the first shop in 1920, and the guy or the man without a hat is one of my ancestors. Um, so that's all the information I found on the internet. So now for the backside, I was thinking of using the backside of the first card, of course. Here I made a mat also with the sidekick fillers. And because that was this one, this picture is going to be here. This was in 1950. And here you can see my grandfather, my grandfather with his mother and his two brothers. So, and I hadn't seen this picture before, and I saw it in the Facebook group last week. So, and I immediately recognized my grandfather. So I printed it and I am going to document it. Yeah, the scene. Yeah, family history. Yeah, that would be so cool. Okay, I'm going to put 1950 picture here. I have to ask my father for the names of his uncles, you know. I know my grandfather's name, but I don't know. And I think one of them was called Leo. That's what I. No, that's not true. No, I don't know. I have to ask for the names. Okay. But this is a very simple way and an easy way to document some pictures. And I was thinking I am going to use the new numbers over here to put down 1950. So I'm going to put this aside. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, they sold furniture back in the days, but also, if I remember well, they had some, like curtains, bedding, chairs, furniture, as I mentioned, curtains. They also did some haberdashery. So that's why I thought, okay, maybe a pair of scissors somewhere would be nice too. Ah, that might be fun. But I'm going to do this card first. So that's going to be, yeah, I found those pictures in a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is a group of the city I was born. Now let me see, I have to put it in like this. And there I suddenly saw pictures of my family. So I'm going, this one needs to be this way, and this one is going to be there first with a little bit of, hi Liz, good to see you. I'm looking very much forward seeing you next month. Father-in-law, oh, I miss all your comments, guys. Sorry for that. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Sometimes I see something popping up in the corner of my eye. Okay, this one goes on here. What time is it? Okay, I can do this. We had a few more ideas, but I don't know if I'm able to do it all. But otherwise, I will do it in a live next week or the week later. So I'm going quickly to do some distressing over here. And I know it's a little bit too wide to put all the numbers side by side. Oh, we need number 1, 2, but I will figure that out. Trying to see your comments. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Yeah, the name of the app is Ronna. RHONNA. 1950. And I promise you, I will be going to start making those videos about adding pictures to your pages and which size you can use and things like that uh, as soon as possible. I know I've said it before, but you know, life goes by and the weeks go by pretty quickly. And then before you know, another week has gone and I didn't do any videos. And you know, the technical stuff is not my favorite thing to do. So I really need to make some time to do so and make some videos. And I'm never doing editing because it takes me so much time, and I don't think that's worth it. So, okay, they're really quick and simple videos. Okay, 1950, here we go. And I was thinking, okay, I think I need a little bit more ink on top of those. Um, what should I do? What should I do? Oh, piece of paper. Because it doesn't pop up that much. I need a little bit more ink on the numbers. I hope this helps a little bit. And otherwise, I'm taking a little bit of black, maybe. Black ink. Now, a little bit more on the 9. Okay, see, this looks a little bit better already. Thanks, Charlene. You will love it. Okay. You can also write something on here too if you want, or maybe do some stamping, some extra sentiments. But for now, I am just going to glue them down and show you how much fun it is um, to use them in the pocket pages too. 1950. I think I'm going to do something like this. Mm, yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. Okay, just a little bit of glue. And you know, the pieces you put in those pocket pages, you don't need to glue down them very tight. How do you say tight? Yeah. Because you know they're in the pocket pages. They can't go anywhere, so it's just a little bit of glue here and there, and then they are okay for you to put in the pocket pages. I have to make sure they're a little bit on the same height. I can put this one a little bit more to the sides. And then I think it's fun to use this one on top because I like to see the letters, the text. This one too. A little bit of glue over here. And the last one. You know, this is an easy and quick way, um, yeah, to document things. If you have many pictures and you don't have time to put them all on the most pretty pages in your journals, try to use the pocket pages because it works so much faster, or you can work faster. You can make complete artworks out of those too, of course, but if you want to yeah, do some quick documenting, use those. Now I'm going to put this one in here, take this out, putting this one here. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to glue down the pair of scissors already because I want to ask my father first about the names of the brothers of my grandfather. So I need to have some space to write that down on the side. And maybe I can add a pair of scissors later. Oh, I can do that. I'm going to write very tiny. Just tiny, tiny, tiny. Because I like the scissors over there. Let me see my tweezers. And that one goes here really well. I'm putting it some to the sides as much as possible to have a little bit more room there for the journaling. Okay, oh my, I don't have enough time to show you everything. That's what I already noticed. Okay, just imagine this one is in your journal, but I'm going to put it into a journal because then it looks so much better. I'm going to put it in here just to give you an idea what it looks like. And I really like the combination of your paper and the pocket pages. So it makes it very much more versatile to use. Okay. I also wanted to show you this. Yeah. Okay. I'm, another idea. I don't think there's time enough to show it to you. And then I've also still got this one laying around, which has to go on this one. Okay, I'm just showing it to you. I'm not going to glue it down because that saves a little bit of time right now. So imagine this one is going to be in this pocket on this side. So that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. I need to do some more journaling over here. Oh, and for the stamping, I found this one on eBay. It's a really old office stamp, but it has the numbers, and I used it for the first time now to add the dates over here. Okay, so we don't sell those, but it's an old one. So the combination with your Sidekick planner and the pocket pages, I also used the yarn card to add pictures to, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Just some quick, I did prepare a lot today, so it's not the usual chaos which is in my lives. Oh my, the phone call day. I don't know what you're all talking about, guys. Editing. Oh yeah, the editing. Editing of videos. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, this picture I printed with my selfie, and it's not the normal selfie. And you see, the pictures fit exactly in those frames. I found it out yesterday, so I was really happy with that. So just cut them. Just a very quick idea what you can do with those. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to add some glue. Be careful because I don't want a lot of glue. Well, I don't want any glue on the picture itself. So very sparely. No. Thank you, Els. Going to glue this one down. Okay, now the glue is popping out underneath. And then and this is what I did with the yarn card. You know, the square part I showed you in the beginning of the live? Uh, put it in and then run it through your die cutting machine at the same time. So here we go, a little bit more glue. And I am going to put this one on the back side. So you can't see the picture on the back side anymore. And it's a really nice card to use in your journal. Or maybe you can give it, you know, if you are doing, do some gift wrapping, how much fun would it be to add one of those yarn cards with a picture on a gift, maybe. Or you can also put something else in there, but use some, you know, the plastic stuff. No, not vellum, but acetate. Okay. I have to remove some glue over here. I already prepared a lot of those, or a lot, some of them earlier, so you can see what I did, you know. The several years, 1950, 1952, 1960, 54. So that's really fun to use those too. And what I also yeah, wanted to show you, but what's also a great idea, and I don't have time to do so, but my idea was, okay, I'm going to show it to you very quickly. Let's say if you want to use this page in your full-size journal. Oh, oh, I need to take my other paper cutter. Yeah, this one. I'm going to score just next to the holes. And let me see, where are they? It's a little bit shiny for me because of the lamp on top of me. And is this? Yeah, this is my scoring. Okay, make a straight line. Fold it. And I was planning on doing that tonight with you, but there's not enough time. Um, okay, I am going to take a larger page. So, what you can do, score one of the sidekick pages next to the holes and glue it um, in between your other pages. So, for example, I'm not going to glue it down now because I don't want it to be on this side, but you can glue it like this on the back of your paper, then turn it around and put another piece of paper on this part or maybe only on this part some decorative elements. But that's a really fun way to combine the sidekick pages into your larger, your full-size planner. Just an idea, just some thoughts. I wanted to show to you because it's really fun to use and combine everything together. Not all the larger pages you can work with in the smaller journal, but the other way around. It's really fun. So, for example, if you only want to working in the full-size planner normally, and you like this set, it's really not a waste of money because you can use the yarn card, you can use the pages like this and make them flaps or flaps, yeah. Use some mats. You can put the scissors. I'm going to show you the scissors too. What I told you before, that you can use them on both sides. Um, you see, this one goes on this side, and then there's this extra pair of scissors which you can glue on the back side. So you can make a completely, yeah, a complete page which looks pretty on the front and on the back side. Okay, well, that was a lot of talking for me, so I need to drink right now. Um, well, I hope you liked what I've showed to you. And again, in Europe, everything is available from tomorrow. As far as I know, the dies and the stamps are already also available in the US, and the book is hopefully arriving later this week. So, that was it for me for today. Guys, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked watching, and I hope you liked what I've shown to you. And as I see all the comments right now, I think you do. I thank you very much for watching and joining me tonight. And I wish you all a very happy rest of the day, rest of the evening, whatever you are. And hopefully, yeah, I'll see you soon. I will be back. Okay, bye bye. Thanks for watching. Oh.